Yo, K-Kunnnn here. Today, I'll summarize the dev face-to-face talk that they posted on YouTube, or you could just read the TLDR. So first and foremost, they're removing the TV from the main storyline. Personally, I like this. It's less monotonous and more immersive since we're playing the characters and we're seeing the landscape and world and stuff like that. So pretty good on this part. Of course, they're not entirely removing the TV. They're gonna make it, quoting on the devs on this, they're gonna make it more fun and optimize it and speed up the animations of the TV. So they're probably gonna do something like the Camellia Golden Week event where they just use it for like minigames and stuff like that. And they're probably gonna make something like the Prophecy or the Pokemon Battle TV Tingalingy, the Tank TV minigame, stuff like that, which I personally find it fun as well. They're also showing us the Hollow Blitz mode, which basically there's no TV, you're just gonna go on full battling, just battle from stage to stage, which basically they're more focusing on like the combat aspects of stuff, so pretty cool. They added the new endgame mode, which is resettable now, which is basically the ambush node, where the goal is to kill the enemy without dying. No time limit, just kill the enemy without dying obviously. And they increased the energy limit that you can get from the coffees, which is from 60 to 80 now, which is more energy to freaking farm our materials, yeah? And this is probably a whale issue right now, but I feel like this is going to be an issue for free-to-plays in like years or so. So before, when you're dismantling Wengines, it costs some dennies, which kinda sucks if you're dismantling like at least 3,000 of them, which can cost you lots of dennies. But now, it won't cost you anything, which is pretty good. And holy, they added backup batteries, man. Holy, I needed this. Sometimes I'm overcapped with my battery, so this is a pretty good feature. Especially if you're busy on that day and you can't play ZZZ, then this will be a lifesaver since it will just store your batteries rather than just staring at you in the eyes with that freaking cap batteries. So they announced they're gonna do some double drop events, which is good, more materials to farm, and more disk drives to farm. And another huge one, which is the Notorious Hunt materials. So instead of limiting us to 3 every week, we can now spend batteries to get some more so that our freaking core passives aren't stuck in like A, B, and C, bro. This is freaking huge. I love this. Finally, my freaking Lucy's not gonna be freaking stuck at C. And it looks like they added some new stuff in the merit shop. As you can see, there's like the reserve relics and of course, W Wengine chips, W. So obviously, future plans, they're gonna add like new enemies and new elite bosses. So pretty cool. W, more variety to play, more enemies to beat up and getting beaten up by those enemies. Ugh. Since they're going to do that, they're gonna probably improve the AI of some enemies and redesign it, as said by the devs. So they're optimizing the lock-on feature, so instead of locking onto a freaking box, you're actually gonna lock onto an enemy, which is good, because I had this problem as well when I'm trying to explore, like in Hollow Zero, bro. Pain. So I don't know how the devs missed this, but they added switch back to freaking mobile devices. So this is basically, for example, if you swap onto Set and then go to Jane, then you want to go back to Set. So it's basically that you swap back and not forward instead of like something like Rina. And here's a pretty big change. They're gonna adjust Decibels and the ultimates. They basically said they're going to add individual ults for everyone in the party. So this is a pretty interesting change. Because currently, the only time you'll ult is when you're on your DPS and when the enemy's stunned. And using your ults on stunners or supports is kinda meh. So I'm gonna feel Scruff here, and I feel like they're probably gonna make like a support or maybe a stunner in the future that will probably utilize ults and stuff like that. And when using their ult, it's basically much more beneficial rather than using your DPS's ult, maybe like a huge attack increase or maybe like a death shred that will run for like 90 minutes or something. I don't know. We can switch from Bell or Wise and different characters now. So this is W. Finally, we could stare at Jane Doe's. We could respectfully stare at Jane Doe's assets and maybe Julian's assets as well. So W. And they're adding a new way to interact with our agents, which is basically called the new Accompany Mode. So from what the devs are saying, it's basically the agents following you around. So I guess a date with Jane Doe, maybe Zuyon, won't be a dream after all. Well, I mean, it's still copium, but hey, I mean, it is what it is, man. And they mentioned party setups and improvements of the day and night cycles. And the funniest one of them all, they're gonna update Hosho Miyabi's model. So they finally noticed the goofy looking face of Miyabi, the Sid looking ass face. So yeah, this is pretty good. Miyabi lovers, hey, it's kind of a win for you. I mean, depends on how you look on it. If you like her previous model, sucks to be you, I guess. And if you're neutral, then I guess you're neutral. And if you hate her current model, then yeah, W. And the best one yet, the devs will optimize themselves. But hey, I mean, they kept on listening, so W. Keep on going, devs. We'll keep glazing you as long as you listen to the players, yeah? W. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Subscribe so I can stay in the basement, like for the algorithm, and leave down in the comments. Are you excited for 1.2 tomorrow, man? Bro, the update's gonna drop tomorrow. I'm so hyped. So yeah, are you hopeful for ZZZ's future? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.